My wife smiled and said, "Don't be so jealous. It was just a club night with my male friends." I asked one question that made her go silent. "So why did you lie about who you were with?" "My name is Alex Warren, and I used to think I was lucky. Married to Maya for 12 years, decent job as a project manager at TechFlow Solutions, nice house in the suburbs, and a 15-year-old daughter who somehow still talked to me despite being a teenager. Life wasn't perfect, but it was mine." That was before I noticed the pattern. It started 6 months ago, maybe longer if I'm being honest with myself. Maya began going out more frequently. Not with her girlfriends like she used to, but with the guys. A rotating cast of male friends she'd collected from work, the gym, and God knows where else. "It's easier with men," she explained one Friday evening, applying mascara in our bedroom mirror. She wore a black dress that hugged her curves, the kind she used to wear for me. "Girls are petty and two-faced. Guys are simple. I feel comfortable with them." The way she said it made me feel like I was the problem for even asking, like I was some jealous caveman who couldn't understand modern friendship dynamics. "Which guys are you meeting tonight?" I asked, trying to keep my voice casual. "Tyler, Jordan, maybe Derek if he's not working late." She sprayed perfume, expensive stuff I'd never bought her. "We're just going to Club Nexus downtown. Dancing, drinks, nothing crazy." Tyler Reed. I knew that name. Smooth-talking business consultant with a BMW and a gym membership he never shut up about. He'd been to our house for a barbecue once, spending the entire time flexing his knowledge about craft beer and cryptocurrency while his eyes wandered over my wife. "What time will you be home?" Maya sighed, the kind of exhale that suggested I was being unreasonable. "I don't know, Alex. When I'm ready to come home. Don't wait up." She kissed my cheek, a perfunctory peck, and left me standing in our bedroom, watching her taillights disappear down Maple Street. That night, she came home at 3 a.m. I heard the front door, her heels clicking on our hardwood floors, the bathroom faucet running. When she slipped into bed, she smelled like alcohol and cologne that definitely wasn't mine. "How was your night?" I whispered. Good. Fun. Tyler's actually really funny when he loosens up." She rolled away from me, pulling the comforter up to her chin. "Go to sleep, Alex." The next morning, she was cheerful and normal, making coffee and asking about my plans for the weekend like nothing had happened. But I found her club dress crumpled in the hamper, and when I picked it up, a hotel receipt fell out of the pocket. The Marriott downtown. Room service for 2. "Maya," I called from the laundry room. "What's this receipt?" She appeared in the doorway, coffee mug in hand, and glanced at the paper. "Oh, that. Tyler got food poisoning at the club. We took him to his hotel room so he could rest. I ordered him some soup and crackers." Plausible. Reasonable. The kind of explanation that made me feel stupid for questioning it. Except Tyler lived 20 minutes away in his own apartment. Why would he need a hotel room? The pattern continued. Every weekend, sometimes twice a week, Maya would dress up and disappear with her male friends. Club Nexus became her second home. She'd return in the early morning hours, smelling like other people's cologne, laughing at messages on her phone. Don't be so jealous," became her standard response to any question I asked. "It's just a night out with my male friends." My daughter Riley noticed too. At 15, she had that teenager's ability to see through adult bullshit with laser precision. "Mom's been going out a lot lately," she mentioned one Saturday morning over breakfast. Maya was still sleeping off whatever had happened the night before. "She's just having fun with friends," I said, not believing my own words. Riley gave me a look that was pure teenage skepticism. "Dad, I'm not stupid. Mom doesn't have female friends anymore. That's weird, right? Like, what grown woman only hangs out with dudes?" Out of the mouths of babes. That afternoon, while Maya showered, her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. A text message from Tyler. "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you in that red dress. When can we do it again?" My hands shook as I read it. Then another message appeared. "Jordan wants to know if you're bringing Alex to the company picnic next week. I told him probably not. You said he's boring at parties." I set the phone down exactly where I'd found it, my heart hammering against my ribs. That evening, Maya announced she was going out again. Same routine. Black dress, expensive perfume, casual dismissal of my questions. "Which club tonight?" I asked. "Nexus again. Tyler's celebrating a new client." She checked her reflection one more time. "Don't be so jealous, Alex. It's just dancing." After she left, I made a decision that would change everything. I grabbed my keys and followed her. Club Nexus sat in the heart of downtown, all neon lights and bass-heavy music that you could feel in your chest from the parking lot. I paid the cover charge and found a corner booth where I could watch without being seen. It didn't take long to spot Maya. She was at the bar with Tyler and two other men I recognized from her photos, Jordan, a thick-necked guy who looked like he bench-pressed small cars, and Derek, who worked in finance and wore his wealth like cologne. At first, everything looked innocent. Drinks, conversation, laughter. But as the night wore on and the alcohol flowed, boundaries began to dissolve. Maya wasn't just dancing with Tyler. She was grinding against him, her hands in his hair, his hands on her hips. When Jordan cut in, she pressed herself against him the same way. Derek got his turn too, whispering something in her ear that made her throw her head back and laugh. But it was what happened next that shattered my world. Tyler pulled Maya close, said something that made her nod, and led her toward a darker corner of the club. I watched my wife of 12 years let another man kiss her, not a friendly peck, but a deep, hungry kiss that lasted long enough for me to pull out my phone and start recording. She didn't pull away, she didn't look guilty or surprised. She kissed him back like she'd done it 100 times before, like it was the most natural thing in the world. I recorded everything. The kissing, the touching, the way she looked at Tyler like he was the only person in the room. When they finally separated, Maya glanced around the club, not with the paranoid fear of someone who'd just cheated, but with the casual awareness of someone checking to see if anyone interesting was watching. Her gaze passed right over my corner booth without recognition. I left before they did, driving home in a daze. The video on my phone felt like a bomb in my pocket, evidence of betrayal that I wasn't sure I was ready to detonate. Maya came home at 4 a.m., stumbling slightly as she kicked off her heels. I was waiting in the living room, still dressed, the video queued up on my phone. "Alex, why are you still awake?" She tried to focus on me, swaying slightly. "I told you not to wait up. We need to talk." Something in my tone must have penetrated her alcohol haze because she straightened up, suddenly more alert. "What's wrong?" "How was your night with Tyler?" "It was fine. Good. We danced. Had some drinks." She sat down across from me, smoothing her dress. "Why? Just dancing?" Maya's eyes narrowed. "What's that supposed to mean?" I held up my phone. "It means I was there, Maya. I saw everything." The color drained from her face, but she recovered quickly. "You followed me?" "Alex, that's crazy. That's stalker behavior." "Watch the video first. Then we'll talk about who's crazy." I pressed play. The footage was grainy but clear enough. Maya and Tyler locked in their passionate embrace, his hands roaming places that belonged to her husband. The audio picked up her soft moan when he kissed her neck. Maya watched in horror, her hand covering her mouth. When the video ended, the silence stretched between us like a canyon. "Alex, I can explain." "Explain what? How you've been cheating on me for months? How you've been lying to my face every single night?" My voice was steady, which surprised me. I'd expected to scream. "How our daughter has been watching you destroy our family." "It's not what it looks like. It looks like my wife fucking another man in public while I'm home taking care of our child." Maya started crying then, big theatrical tears that might have worked on me 6 months ago. "It was just kissing, Alex. It didn't mean anything. I was drunk, and Tyler was being sweet, and I made a mistake." "One mistake?" "Maya, I have videos from 3 different nights." That was a lie, but her reaction told me everything I needed to know. Her face crumpled completely. "Please don't leave me," she whispered. "I'll stop seeing them. I'll delete their numbers. It was just, I felt old, Alex. Invisible. These guys made me feel young and desirable again." "So you decided to blow up our marriage because you needed an ego boost?" "I never meant for it to go this far. It started innocent, just friends, just fun. But Tyler, he's so charming, and he made me feel special." "Special enough to get a hotel room?" Maya's tears stopped. "How did you—" "The receipt in your dress pocket. Room service for 2 at the Marriott. Did you fuck him, Maya, in that hotel room while I was home helping Riley with her homework?" She couldn't meet my eyes. That was answer enough. "I want you to leave," I said quietly. "Alex, please. Pack a bag and get out. Go stay with Tyler since he makes you feel so special. We'll figure out the rest later." Maya stood up, wobbling slightly. "You can't just throw me out. This is my house too. Watch me." I walked to our bedroom and started throwing her clothes into a suitcase. Maya followed, pleading and crying, but I was done listening. 12 years of marriage, and she'd traded it all for some smooth-talking asshole with a BMW. "What about Riley?" Maya asked as I zipped up her bag. "What about her? You should have thought about Riley before you started screwing around." "She's my daughter too." "Then act like a mother instead of a teenager looking for validation from strange men." I carried her suitcase to the front door and set it on the porch. Maya stood in the doorway, mascara streaked down her cheeks, looking like the stranger she'd apparently always been. "Don't be so jealous," she said, one last attempt at making this my fault. "It was just a club night with my male friends." I pulled out my phone and pressed play on the video again. "Yeah, Maya, just a club night." She flinched like I'd slapped her. "I'll call you tomorrow," she said. "When you've had time to cool down, we can work this out." "No," I said. "We can't." I closed the door and locked it, leaving my wife of 12 years standing on the porch with her suitcase and her lies. The next morning, Riley found me drinking coffee in the kitchen, staring at my phone. The video was still there, digital evidence of my marriage's destruction. "Where's Mom?" she asked, pouring herself orange juice. "She's staying somewhere else for a while." Riley was quiet for a long moment. At 15, she was smart enough to read between the lines. "Are you guys getting divorced?" "I don't know yet, sweetheart. We're having some problems." "Is it because of all her club nights?" I looked at my daughter, really looked at her. She had Maya's dark hair but my blue eyes, and right now those eyes held a wisdom that no teenager should need. "You knew something was wrong?" Riley shrugged. "Mom's been different, secretive. And she stopped caring about family stuff, you know? Like she used to ask about my friends in school and whatever. But lately she just talks about Tyler this and Jordan that." She paused. "Plus, she's been buying new underwear. Like really fancy stuff. And not for you, Dad. Trust me, I can tell." Out of the mouths of babes, indeed. My phone rang. Maya's number. "Don't answer it," Riley said. "Whatever she did, she needs to figure out how to fix it herself." I let it go to voicemail. Then it rang again. And again. Finally, I answered. "What?" "Alex, thank God. Listen, I talked to Tyler and he explained everything. It's not what you think." "Tyler explained. You went straight to him after I threw you out?" Silence. Then, "I needed someone to talk to." "Right, your fuck buddy. That makes perfect sense." "Don't be crude, Alex. Tyler said you probably misunderstood what you saw. The lighting in clubs is weird and—" "Maya, stop. Just stop. I have video evidence of you cheating. There's no misunderstanding here." "It was just kissing." "And the hotel room?" Another pause. We just talked, and maybe fooled around a little, but we didn't have sex." "Define fooled around?" "Alex, please don't make me—" "Define it, Maya. If you want any chance of salvaging this marriage, tell me exactly what you did with Tyler in that hotel room." I heard her crying on the other end. We kissed and touched, and I gave him oral sex. But we didn't have actual intercourse." The coffee mug in my hand cracked. Well, I'd been gripping it too tightly. "Jesus Christ, Maya." "It only happened twice. And it meant nothing, I swear. It was just physical. I love you, Alex. I love our family." "You have a funny way of showing it." "I made a mistake. A huge, terrible mistake. But people work through this stuff all the time. We can go to counseling, and I'll cut off all contact with Tyler, and—" "Where are you right now?" "What?" "Right now, as we're having this conversation, where are you?" The pause told me everything. "I'm at Tyler's apartment." I hung up. Riley was watching me with those two wise eyes. "She's with him right now, isn't she?" "Yeah, baby, she is." Then she made her choice. Riley finished her orange juice and rinsed the glass in the sink. "I'm going to spend the day at Emily's house. Will you be okay?" My 15-year-old daughter was taking care of me. The world had officially turned upside down. "I'll be fine. Have fun." After Riley left, I sat in my empty house and tried to figure out what came next. Divorce seemed inevitable, but the practical details felt overwhelming. Lawyers, custody arrangements, dividing assets, all the bureaucratic machinery of a failed marriage. My phone buzzed with a text from my neighbor Owen, an ex-cop who'd become my closest friend since he moved in next door 2 years ago. "Saw Maya leave with a suitcase last night. Everything okay?" I walked over to his house and told him everything. Owen listened without judgment, occasionally nodding or shaking his head. "I'm sorry, man," he said when I finished. "That's brutal." "The worst part is how stupid I feel. The signs were all there. I just didn't want to see them." "Don't blame yourself. Trust is supposed to be the default in a marriage. She's the one who violated that." Owen cracked open 2 beers, even though it was barely noon. "What's your plan?" "Divorce, I guess. Try to keep Riley out of the worst of it." "Have you talked to a lawyer yet?" "Not yet. I'm still processing all this." Owen was quiet for a moment. "Can I give you some advice? From my cop days?" "Sure." "Document everything. Every conversation, every text, every phone call. Keep copies of that video in multiple places. And don't let Maya back in the house until you've talked to an attorney. You think she'll try to come back? I think she's going to realize that Tyler isn't going to leave his bachelor lifestyle for a married woman with a teenage daughter. When that happens, she'll come crawling back with promises and tears. As if on cue, my phone rang. Maya again. Don't answer it, Owen said. Let her sweat. But I was curious about what new excuse she'd invented, so I picked up. Alex, I'm coming home. We need to talk face to face. No, you're not. I changed the locks. Another lie, but effective. You can't lock me out of my own house. Watch me. You made your choice, Maya. Live with it. This is ridiculous. I'm your wife. Are you? Because wives don't usually spend the night at their boyfriend's apartment after getting caught cheating. He's not my boyfriend. God, Alex, why are you being so dramatic? I'm being dramatic? You've been fucking another man for months, and I'm the one being dramatic? I told you, we didn't have sex? Right, you just sucked his dick. Totally different. Owen raised his eyebrows. I was usually more controlled than this, but something about Maya's continued lies was bringing out a vicious side I didn't know I had. I'm coming over, Maya said. We're going to settle this like adults. Bring Tyler with you. I'd love to meet the man who destroyed my marriage. The line went quiet. Then, Tyler doesn't want to get involved in our personal business. How convenient. He's happy to fuck my wife, but doesn't want to deal with the consequences. Stop saying that. We didn't. I hung up and turned off my phone. Feel better? Owen asked. Actually, yeah, I do. Maya showed up an hour later, pounding on the front door like she was trying to break it down. I watched through the window as she fumbled with her key, cursing when it didn't work. I really had changed the locks that morning. Sometimes spite is an excellent motivator. Alex, open this door right now. I opened it but kept the chain latch engaged so she could only see a sliver of my face. What do you want, Maya? I want to come home. This is insane. Home is where you're faithful to your spouse. Try Tyler's place. Alex, please. Let me in so we can talk about this rationally. We talked last night. You chose Tyler. End of discussion. I didn't choose anyone. I made a mistake and I'm trying to fix it. By spending the night at his apartment? Maya's composure cracked. I didn't have anywhere else to go. You threw me out. You could have gone to your sisters, your parents, a hotel, but you went straight to your boyfriend. That tells me everything I need to know about your priorities. He's not my boyfriend. Then what is he? She struggled for words. He's a friend who I got too close to. It was wrong, and I know that now. How long, Maya? What? How long have you been cheating on me? She looked away. It's not that simple. How? Long. 3 months. Maybe 4. So much for it being a one-time mistake. How many times? Alex, don't do this to yourself. How many times did you fuck him? We never had actual sex. Fine. How many times did you fool around? How many hotel rooms? How many blowjobs? Maya started crying again. I don't know. I don't keep count. Guess? Maybe 10 times? 15? 15 times. My wife had betrayed our marriage 15 times, and I'd been oblivious to all of it. I want a divorce, I said. No, Alex, please. I'll do anything. Counseling, therapy, whatever you want. I want you to leave. This is my house, too. Then buy me out, or I'll buy you out. Either way, we're done. Maya pressed her face against the gap in the door. What about Riley? Are you going to destroy her family because you can't forgive one mistake? One mistake? Maya, you just admitted to 15 separate incidents of cheating, and I'm not destroying anything. You already did that. Riley needs her mother. Riley needs a mother who doesn't lie and cheat and sneak around with random men. If you can figure out how to be that person, great, but you're not doing it under my roof. I started to close the door, but Maya stuck her foot in the gap. Wait, what if I cut off all contact with Tyler, block his number, never see him again? You should have thought of that before you sucked his dick. Stop saying that. Why? Does it make you uncomfortable to hear what you did described accurately? Maya was sobbing now, mascara running down her cheeks. I love you, Alex. I love our family. I made a terrible mistake, but it's over now. No, it's not over. You're still lying to me. I'm not lying. You told me you never had sex with Tyler. But oral sex is still sex, Maya. You're playing word games to make yourself feel better about what you did. It's different. It's not different. You were intimate with another man, multiple times, in ways that were supposed to be reserved for your husband. I know, and I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. Sorry doesn't make me trust you again. Sorry doesn't erase the image of you kissing him in that club. Maya pulled out her phone. Look, I'll delete Tyler's number right now, in front of you. Go ahead. She made a show of scrolling through her contacts and hitting delete. There, it's done. Now delete Jordan's number and Derek's. What? Why? Because they were all part of this, Maya. They all watched you cheat on me and said nothing. They're not your friends, they're enablers. That's not fair. They didn't do anything wrong. They helped you lie to me for months. Delete their numbers. Reluctantly, Maya deleted the other contacts. Happy now? Ecstatic. Now go away. Alex, please. I closed the door and engaged the deadbolt. Maya pounded on it for another 10 minutes before finally giving up. Through the window, I watched her sit in her car and cry. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. This is Tyler. We need to talk. I showed the message to Owen, who'd come over when he heard the shouting. Interesting, he said. Wonder what he wants. Probably to convince me that none of this is his fault. You going to respond? I thought about it. Part of me wanted to ignore Tyler completely. He wasn't worth my time or energy. But another part of me was curious about what kind of man pursues married women. I texted back, talk about what? Tyler's response came immediately. Maya is a mess. You need to take her back. I showed Owen, who laughed out loud. This guy has some balls. Right? He fucks my wife and then tells me I need to take her back. I typed, why is that my problem? Tyler, because she's your wife, and she made a mistake. Me. She made 15 mistakes. With you. Tyler, look, I never meant for this to get so complicated. Maya said you guys were having problems. Of course she did. The cheater's classic excuse. Blame the spouse. Me. What problems? Tyler, she said you were distant and didn't pay attention to her anymore. I felt a flash of anger. Even in her confession, Maya was rewriting history to make herself the victim. Me. So you decided to help by fucking her? Tyler. We never had sex. Even he was playing the word games now. Me. Don't contact me again. Tyler. Wait. I think we should meet face to face. Clear the air. Me. Clear the air? You destroyed my marriage. Tyler. Maya destroyed your marriage. I was just there. The audacity was breathtaking. This man had pursued my wife for months, convinced her to cheat, and now he was acting like an innocent bystander. Me? Stay away from my family. Tyler. Or what? I stared at that message for a long moment. Was he threatening me? Me? Or we'll have a problem. Tyler. Is that a threat? Owen grabbed my phone before I could respond. Don't engage with this asshole. He's trying to bait you into saying something stupid. I want to meet him. Bad idea. Why? I'm not going to hit him. I just want to look him in the eye and see what kind of man he is. Nothing good will come from that conversation. But I was already typing. Starbucks on 5th Street, 1 hour. Tyler. I'll be there. Owen shook his head. This is a mistake. Maybe, but I need to do this. Tyler Reed was exactly what I'd expected. Tall, gym-built, wearing an expensive watch, and a smug expression that made me want to punch him immediately. He was sitting at a corner table when I arrived, sipping what looked like a protein shake. Alex, he said, standing to shake my hand. Thanks for coming. I ignored the outstretched hand and sat down across from him. Talk. Tyler settled back into his chair, apparently unbothered by my rudeness. Look, I know the situation is fucked up. Don't. Don't what? Don't act like this is some unfortunate situation that just happened. You pursued my wife. You seduced her. You convinced her to cheat on her family. Tyler held up his hands. Whoa, hold on. Maya came on to me. Bullshit. I'm serious. The first time we met at your barbecue, she was flirting with me all night, making jokes about how you never paid attention to her anymore. So you decided to fix that? I decided to be friendly. Maya's an attractive woman who felt neglected by her husband. I was just being nice. Nice. Is that what you call it when you stick your tongue down a married woman's throat? Tyler's smug expression flickered. That happened later, after months of her telling me how unhappy she was. She wasn't unhappy until you started filling her head with bullshit. Was she, though? When's the last time you took Maya out? Just the two of you? I thought about it and realized I couldn't remember. Work had been busy, Riley had activities, life had gotten in the way. But that didn't excuse what Maya had done. Marriage isn't a constant date night, Tyler. It's partnership, commitment, things you clearly don't understand. I understand that Maya felt invisible in her own marriage, and you were happy to make her feel visible by getting her naked in hotel rooms. Tyler flinched. It wasn't like that. What was it like? It was Emotional. Maya needed someone to listen to her, to make her feel desired. So you fucked her. We never had sex. Right. You just got blowjobs. Totally different. Tyler's composure was cracking. Look, I didn't plan for any of this to happen. Maya and I connected, and things got out of hand. Connected. That's a nice way to put it. We have chemistry. Real chemistry. Something she doesn't have with you anymore. If your chemistry is so real, why are you here trying to convince me to take her back? That stumped him. Tyler stared at his protein shake for a long moment. Because Maya belongs with her family, he finally said. Or because you realize that dating a divorced mother with a teenager isn't as fun as sneaking around with a married woman. That's not... Which is it, Tyler? Do you love her or not? I care about Maya. That's not what I asked. Do you love my wife? Tyler couldn't meet my eyes. It's complicated. No, it's not. Either you love her enough to build a life with her, or you were just using her for sex. Which is it? You don't understand. I understand perfectly. You wanted to fuck a married woman because it was exciting and forbidden. But now that there are real consequences, you're trying to send her back to me so you don't have to deal with the mess you created. Tyler's face flushed red. Maya made her own choices. After you spent months manipulating her. I didn't manipulate anyone. Right. You just happened to be there when my wife decided to blow up her marriage. What a coincidence. Maya was unhappy. Maya was bored. There's a difference. And instead of talking to her husband about it, she decided to cheat, with your encouragement. I never encouraged her to cheat. You just provided the opportunity, and the hotel rooms, and the dick. Tyler stood up abruptly. I don't have to listen to this. Sit down. You wanted to talk, so let's talk. He remained standing. Maya loves you, Alex. She made a mistake, but she wants to fix it. Then why isn't she here? Why did she send her boyfriend to negotiate for her? I'm not her boyfriend. What are you, then? Tyler struggled for words. It's complicated. No, Tyler, it's simple. You're the man who destroyed my marriage. Own it. Your marriage was already broken. My marriage was fine until you stuck your nose in it. Maya lied. To you, to me, to herself. She told you whatever you wanted to hear so you'd keep giving her attention. Tyler sat back down, looking defeated. She really did seem unhappy. She was going through a midlife crisis. Happens to everyone. The difference is, most people don't handle it by cheating on their spouse. So what happens now? Now? Now you stay away from my family, forever. And Maya? Maya can make her own choices, but she's not making them under my roof. Tyler nodded slowly. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. There's a difference. I stood to leave, then turned back. One more thing, Tyler. If you contact my wife again, if you call her or text her or show up at her work, I will make your life very difficult. Are we clear? Are you threatening me? I'm promising you. Stay away from Maya or we'll have a problem. I left him sitting there with his protein shake and his guilty conscience. 3 days later, Maya showed up at my office. I was reviewing project timelines when my assistant knocked on my door. Your wife is here, Jennifer said quietly. She seems upset. Maya pushed past Jennifer into my office, closing the door behind her. She looked terrible, hollow-eyed, pale, like she hadn't slept in days. We need to talk, she said. I'm at work, Maya. I don't care. This can't wait. I minimized my computer screen and leaned back in my chair. What do you want? I want to come home. I thought we settled this. You made your choice. I didn't choose Tyler. I chose our family. I want to fix this. By staying at his apartment for 3 days? Maya sat down across from my desk. I had nowhere else to go, Alex. You changed the locks. You could have gone to your sister's. And tell her what? That I cheated on my husband and he threw me out? The truth might be refreshing for you. Maya flinched. I can't tell my family about this. It would destroy them. Like it destroyed me? That's different. You're my husband? Exactly. I'm your husband. The one person who should have been able to trust you completely. Maya started crying again. I know I fucked up, Alex. I know I hurt you, but people make mistakes. People work through this stuff. Some people do. We're not going to. Why not? What's so different about us? Because you're still lying to me. I'm not lying. You told me you never had sex with Tyler, but I talked to him yesterday. Maya's face went white. You talked to Tyler? He wanted to meet. Interesting conversation. What did he tell you? The truth, eventually. About the hotel rooms, About how many times you were together, about how you told him our marriage was broken. I never said that. Maya, stop. Just stop lying. Tyler told me everything. She was quiet for a long moment, tears streaming down her face. What do you want me to say? I want you to tell me the truth, all of it. No more word games, no more minimizing. What exactly did you do with Tyler? Maya took a shaky breath. We had sex. Multiple times. In hotel rooms, in his apartment, once in his car. She looked up at me with red-rimmed eyes. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm so fucking sorry. Finally, the truth. How many times? I don't know. Maybe 20? 25? 25 times. My wife had betrayed me 25 times, and I'd been completely oblivious. Did you love him? Maya considered the question. I thought I did. He made me feel young and exciting and desired. But it wasn't real love. It was just infatuation. And now? Now I realize what I've lost. Tyler doesn't want a relationship, Alex. He wants fun and games with no consequences. When things got serious, he backed off. So you're here because Tyler rejected you? I'm here because I realized I love my husband. I love my family. I love the life we built together. You should have realized that before you started fucking someone else. Maya winced. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I'm asking for it anyway. I looked at this woman I'd been married to for 12 years, the mother of my child, the person I'd trusted more than anyone else in the world, and I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, no love, just emptiness. I can't do it, Maya. Can't do what? I can't forgive you. I can't trust you. I can't pretend this didn't happen. But people work through infidelity all the time. Some people do. I'm not one of them. Maya leaned forward in her chair. What if I do whatever you want? Counseling, therapy, complete transparency with my phone and computer? What if you just hadn't cheated in the first place? I can't change what I did, Alex. I can only try to make it right. There is no making this right. You had sex with another man 25 times. You lied to me for months. You exposed me to God knows what diseases. You humiliated me in front of your friends. There's no coming back from that. So that's it? 12 years of marriage and you're just throwing it away? I'm not throwing anything away. You already did that. Maya stood up, anger replacing tears. Fine. You want to be stubborn and unforgiving? Go ahead. But don't pretend this is all my fault. Whose fault is it, Maya? You stopped paying attention to me. You stopped making me feel special. So you decided to cheat instead of talking to me about it? I tried to talk to you, but you were always busy with work, or Riley, or your stupid projects. When did you try to talk to me? Maya opened her mouth, then closed it. She couldn't think of a single example. You never tried to talk to me, Maya. You just started fucking Tyler and told yourself it was my fault. I felt neglected. So did I. When's the last time you initiated sex with me? When's the last time you planned a date night? When's the last time you showed any interest in my life beyond what I could provide for you? Maya had no answer. Marriage is a two-way street, Maya. You can't check out emotionally and then blame me when you feel disconnected. I didn't check out. You've been having an affair for months. If that's not checking out, what is? Maya slumped back into her chair, defeated. So what happens now? Now you leave my office and don't come back. I'll have my lawyer contact you about the divorce. What about Riley? What about her? She's my daughter, too. Then act like her mother. Be someone she can respect. She won't even talk to me. Can you blame her? Her mother has been sneaking around with strange men for months. How do you think that makes her feel? Maya started crying again. I never wanted to hurt Riley. But you did it anyway. I wasn't thinking clearly. You were thinking clearly enough to book hotel rooms and lie about where you were going. Maya wiped her eyes. I know you hate me right now. I don't hate you, Maya. I nothing you. You're a stranger to me now. That seemed to hurt her more than anger would have. I'll always love you, Alex. No, you won't. You'll love the security I provided and the life we built together, but you don't love me. If you loved me, you wouldn't have been able to betray me like this. Maya stood up slowly. I guess this is goodbye then. I guess it is. She walked to the door, then turned back. For what it's worth, Tyler meant nothing to me. It was just physical. That makes it worse, not better. Maya nodded and left my office. Through the window, I watched her walk to her car, shoulders shaking with sobs. My assistant knocked on the door. Everything okay? Everything's fine, Jennifer. Just some personal business. But as I watched Maya drive away, I realized that nothing would ever be fine again. My marriage was over, my family was broken, and my daughter would grow up in a divorced home because her mother couldn't keep her legs closed. I picked up my phone and called the lawyer Owen had recommended. Davidson Law Offices. Hi, I'd like to schedule a consultation. I need to file for divorce. 6 months later, the divorce was final. Maya got half of everything, which felt like adding insult to injury, but I was just glad to be done with the legal proceedings. Riley chose to live with me full-time, visiting her mother on weekends when she felt like it, which wasn't often. Mom keeps trying to explain why she did it, Riley told me one evening over dinner. Like there's some magical explanation that will make it okay. Is there anything she could say that would make you understand? Riley considered this. Maybe if she owned it completely, like, I was selfish and stupid and I hurt people I love. But instead, she keeps making excuses about feeling neglected and midlife crisis and whatever. My 15-year-old daughter had more emotional maturity than her mother. Are you okay? I asked. With all of this? I'm sad, Riley said honestly. I'm sad that Mom chose some random guy over our family, but I'm not surprised. She's been acting weird for months. You don't have to choose sides, you know. She's still your mother. I know. But I also know what she did was wrong, and I know you didn't deserve it. I reached across the table and squeezed her hand. I love you, kiddo. Love you too, Dad. My phone buzzed with a text message. Maya's number. Tyler and I are getting married. I showed Riley, who rolled her eyes. That didn't take long. Good for them, I said, and meant it. They deserve each other. Riley laughed. That's cold, Dad. But accurate. I deleted the message without responding. Maya's life wasn't my problem anymore. A year later, I ran into Owen at the grocery store. He was grinning like he'd won the lottery. You look happy, I said. I am. Just got some interesting news about your ex-wife. I don't really want to hear. Tyler cheated on her, with her maid of honor. Maya caught them in bed 3 weeks after the wedding. I felt a moment of satisfaction, followed immediately by guilt for feeling satisfied. That's unfortunate, I said. Unfortunate? Alex, it's poetic justice. The woman who destroyed her marriage by cheating got cheated on by the man she cheated with. I guess what goes around comes around. Maya called my wife yesterday, crying about how she can't trust Tyler and how she never should have left you. Did she ask Linda to pass along a message? She did. Something about how she realizes now that you were a good husband and she made the biggest mistake of her life. And I told Linda to tell her it's too late for regrets. I nodded. It is too late. Are you ever going to date again? Maybe. Someday. When I'm ready to trust someone again. You will be. It just takes time. Owen was right. It did take time, but eventually I was ready. 2 years after my divorce, I met Emily at Riley's school play. She was a single mother, divorced for similar reasons as me, and we bonded over shared experiences of betrayal and recovery. Emily was nothing like Maya. Honest, straightforward, incapable of deception. When she said she was going out with friends, she actually went out with friends. When she said she loved me, I believed her. We've been together for 3 years now, and I've never once worried about her faithfulness. Not because I'm naive, but because she's earned my trust through consistent actions and complete transparency. Riley loves Emily, which makes everything easier. She's the opposite of Mom, Riley told me once. She says what she means and means what she says. Last month, Maya reached out again. A Facebook message this time, since I'd blocked her number. Maya texted an apology. Tyler had cheated on her, and she finally understood what she did to me. I showed Emily. We agreed the regret was still self-centered. She was sorry because she got hurt, not because she chose to betray us. I didn't reply. Riley, 17, backed me. Better an honest broken family than a fake happy one. At her graduation, Emily and I cheered while Maya sat alone. Afterward, Maya asked me to tell Riley she was proud. I said, "Tell her yourself," and walked away, feeling quiet finality. Some bridges burn once. I chose peace over answers today.